Welcome to the original podcast. I'm your host, DJ Double OG. With me today, we got the one and only Are You Serious? We missing D Jones and a couple other people, but we're going to get right into it. It's the original podcast. What's up, bro, man? How you doing?
Not much, just chilling.
Whenever it's just me and you, I like to say the original podcast.
Oh Lord.
Is this how I started? Just me and my brother coming on my radio show. Today, man, it's another week, another day. Let's get started with news that nobody cares about, and we're gonna get into it real quick, man. We're gonna talk about some NBA. We're only talking about our favorite teams, though. We're not talking about everybody else because I really don't care about too many other teams. So we're talking about the Timberwolves. We're definitely gonna talk about the Vikings. And last night, today is Saturday, but last night was Friday for us. We played your favorite team, which happens to be the Los Angeles Lakers. And it was a close game throughout the whole night. But, the people that were supposed to win won, which is my Minnesota Timberwolves. We're going to win the championship this year. I just want everybody to know that. But yeah, man, what you think is going on with the Lakers, man? First of all, I find myself rooting for Russell Westbrook so hard during the game.
Why?
I found because I guess I'm with the underdog. I'm with the most hated. But
It's not even most hated, son. He was shooting 6% from the three. That's not hate.
2 for 16. He did hit one of his first first 3-pointers in a long time last night. I think he got 2 threes last night, actually. But yeah, man. And his shot selection,
it's trash.
It got so bad. The boy Russell Westbrook was out there playing without a shoe for like 4-5 plays, fam.
And this is last night?
Last night.
Okay. Yeah, because I didn't watch the game last night.
In the first quarter, his shoe fell off after he went up. He's standing under the basket. He tried to throw it up. He did get fouled. I ain't gonna lie. The ref ain't called a foul. He tried to throw the ball up and missed. His shoe come off trying to get the rebound.
And no.
Played. He got the ball. He played defense with number one shoe.
I want to say record.
Went back down. Got the ball, dribble draw, went to the hoop, threw a
dribble draw.
One shoe, went back down on defense. This dude played for like 3 minutes straight with one shoe.
Okay. Well, let me look at some numbers since we're talking about Mr. Westbrook. He went 6 for 17, 1 for 4, 4 fouls, 5 turnovers, 8 rebounds and 3 assists, steal and a block. And then 5 for 10 from the free throw line. 5 for 10 for the 5 for 10 from the free throw. He needs to go sit down somewhere. Like
mental.
You can't trade him. No one wants him.
It looks mental.
I don't care what it is. He's trash right now. Like maybe he can get better later, but right now, brother, like you're shooting 5 for 10 from the free throw.
That's mental.
5 turnovers.
Okay.
Like what's wrong?
Okay, but we can't act like Russ not a bad boy though. Or was.
He used to be. That's all. I don't care what you used to be. Right now, you trash, player. It's time to wrap it up. He need to be on this podcast. He need to do one of these. He need to start a podcast and do some other revenues and income because you know how much you getting paid this year? He's getting paid like 40-something mil.
I hope you get 50 mil. I love Russ.
To be trash.
He got an attitude problem, and I like it. You know what I'm saying? Like he one of them people like he just looked like I remember one time this comedian from Minnesota said she tried to take a picture with him at the casino. And he told her, bitch, I'm gambling. What I look like?
This nigga looks like Russell Westbrook looks like he travels back in time to rob homeless people for their clothes. And then travels back to the present and then wears it to the games. That's how that nigga dress.
Hey, you know he did a lot last night. He was crying a lot too. I seen that shit. He was doing a lot of huffing and puffing on the court, man. I don't know.
Listen, man, that
But so
brother
what you think about
was
the Lakers,
just
man? Other than Russ, right? Because one person can't make the whole
okay.
team
Let's
lose.
let's go. The first 4 games, they had 22.3% from the three, the worst shooting 3-point span for 4 games in NBA history since the 1950s. Okay, so they are shooting the worst out of any team for the for 4 game span in history.
Yeah,
They need to do something. They need some drugs. They need whatever they're doing right now. That's whole. They need to do the complete opposite. Um, Take LeBron to Magic City, and Westbrook needs to go to church. We need to switch everything up. Patrick Beverly, he needs to I don't know, shop at Whole Foods. I don't know what they need to do, but it's terrible.
I don't know if
Davis didn't
anybody
even
peeped
play
this.
last night.
Yeah, I don't know if nobody peeped this at the game, but it was like a lot of Pat Bev t-shirts at the game last night from last year. Him playing on the Wolves, man. And I found myself definitely rooting for Pat Bev too. You know what I'm saying? Because like in Minnesota, as a Timberwolves fan, especially invested as we was last year, he did so much for the team. And I think Los Angeles is too old for him to be able to have that same impact.
Well, I don't know because that brother
Hold on
he
for a
ain't
second.
doing nothing either. He ain't doing nothing either.
What?
Like that dude is literally Pat Bev. 29 minutes he played, right?
Okay, that's good, man.
2 for 4. He was 2 for 2 from his free throws. Plus or minus was -23.
Huh?
His I said his plus or minus was -23. His rebounds was 6,
Yeah.
and his assists was 4, and 1 turnover. No steals, no blocks, Mr. Defense, and 3 fouls.
Hmm.
That's
So
fucked
again, that's why
up.
I said like Westbrook 6 for 17, like I said, 5 for 10 from the free throw, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 5 turnovers. Like it's LeBron James was LeBron. He had 10 for 24. He was 1 for 6 from the three. No one could shoot threes on this team. But he did have 7 rebounds, 5 assists, and then 4 steals. So at least he did something with his life.
Jalen
He had
Noel,
3.
Jalen Noel, although he had 28 points, Jalen Noel played good D on LeBron.
Man, listen, the Lakers need to recruit
Jalen
me.
Noel.
They need to recruit that adult team we had when we was running. When we was playing basketball at
He won the championship.
yeah, when we won the championship. That's what we do. We need that squad out there because this one ain't literally there's no difference between all us three playing and the Lakers, the professionals. Same result. They all got L's. They 0 for 5. They ain't won a game. They ain't did nothing.
Okay, but it's only 5 games in the 82 game season, man. Do you think we pulling the panic button a little too soon?
I would understand if those 5 games were somewhat close or the stats weren't literally the worst in history. Like it's not over exaggerating when you're literally playing the worst games in NBA history. Like that's my whole thing. Like it's not like you're just not winning and y'all are playing, but you just can't close or something like that. I wouldn't have a problem if it was that. But these dudes are literally playing and shooting the worst in history. Like that's crazy. Like I don't know what that is. Like
You
what
know,
do they
last
shoot as a team?
but yeah, I think it was like the word 3.22 or something like that.
Can I ask a
It
question,
was
Reg?
30. It was 31% last night.
Reg, do you think that the Lakers can rebuild with LeBron on their team? Can you rebuild with LeBron on your team?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah. It's not Kobe where people were acting like they didn't want to play with him. everybody wants to play with LeBron. You just got to get there. It's a salary cap thing. So it's more of a salary cap thing than it is anything.
I mean, yeah, it depends. So you could go over the salary cap in the NBA, but you'll just have to play a luxury tax. But so I mean, it would have to be able to get free agents, right? Because they're not going to build through the draft. It doesn't look like, you know what I mean? I just don't know if
draft and trade.
Yeah,
they should have traded Westbrook this summer before he played like this. That's what they should have did. They should have traded him this summer, and then they would have been fine. But for some reason, they didn't trade him. They were too busy worried about how things looked opposed to what it actually was.
I don't know what the market will be for Russell Westbrook. You know who I think
now it's terrible.
you know who I mean you're more of a Laker guy than me, but I think that they had a succession plan in LA, which was Anthony Davis, but Anthony Davis just isn't that guy. Anthony Davis isn't that guy. He stays hurt.
Yeah,
you can't be that guy
if you always hurt.
You can't be that guy if you always hurt.
I would trade everybody personally. Yeah, that's all.
No, like how you hurt and it's only 5 games in the season.
Well, I don't know if you saw the play, but he went up. What did he do? He went up for a block or he went up for a dunk. I can't remember which one it was, but he came down literally sideways and landed flat on his back and bounced. So I can understand the black spasm. He just has bad luck. Like the brother, that's something that you can't train and strengthen your bones to just land flat, like, you know, being 7 feet in the air and then just landing flat on the ground and bouncing up. I don't care how much you train, you're gonna hurt yourself. So that I don't give him that one as if that's him. It's more or less of he got bad luck. Like some people just get injured walking to the car. All right, you got to go. But him, he literally gets legitimately injured during the games. So,
Dollar, is there a way that you can look up, or because I'm not by my phone, I'm sorry. How many games have Anthony Davis played? Like how many did he play last year and the year before? Do we know that?
I think he's played a total. He hasn't played 82 in 2 years or something like that. It's been ridiculous.
I'd be interested to see like.
You're on mute, by the way.
I am.
No. Yeah. Dollar, he's on mute.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
I'd be interested to see how many games he played last year and the years before. Because I mean, I think if he was healthy, more consistent, the Lakers would be a much different team.
Yeah, I think last.
But the first 4 games he was healthy and played, so I don't know what the problem is in.
Last year he played 40 games. The year before that he played 36 games.
Yeah, it was less than 82. Yeah.
The year before that he played 62 games. Okay. Then before that 56. So actually,
so the 62 is when we won.
Yeah.
In the bubble.
75.
Yeah.
And the most games he's ever played in a season is 75. And the 62
was that
games
in New
he played, he won. Yeah, that was in New Orleans back-to-back years.
Yeah, so the 60, the 62 was when they won the championship, but that was in the bubble.
Yeah, so
which people and that's the thing too as well. Like people act like the Lakers just didn't win a championship, and that's what's weird to me as well. It's just the weirdest thing in the world. Like, my G, they just won in 2020.
But that Laker culture demands excellence.
But it's not even the Lakers that are acting like they didn't win in the last 3 years. It's everybody else. It's the media. The Lakers are trash. The Lakers
they're not acknowledging the bubble. That's what it is. I think it would have been harder to win in the bubble, personally. But I think a lot of people are not acknowledging the bubble championship. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to acknowledge them with that. Yeah, the Lakers definitely need something. They need some Jesus in there, like. But you know who doesn't need Jesus? The Timberwolves. You know why we don't need Jesus?
I tell them why. I don't understand.
We got Rudy. We got Rudy. What? Like,
come on.
That dude changed the game. You know what? I really want the Timberwolves to get Pat Bev back from the Lakers. I think if we get, yeah, man, I think he brings so much to that squad. I think with Pat Bev back, a lot of the little bitch shit that we seeing from Pat, we wouldn't see. But anyway, we're not gonna
Yeah, but
get Pat Bev back.
what's Edwards doing now? How's he doing?
Edwards is
Had
out here
29
balling
last night.
like
Okay.
30 plus a game every game.
Okay.
You know what I'm
No, because
saying?
I thought like one game he was kind of
One game. Yeah.
okay.
And
Yeah,
then,
so that's all I wanted to make sure. I mean, there's only 5 games in the season, so that's why I
yeah.
just want to make sure. Like, it's just a
Yeah,
Yeah,
fluke.
he
so
put up,
no,
he
he
put up, he
played.
put up 29 last night.
Yeah,
He
he
looked
played
good.
bad one game against the Jazz or the Spurs, one of the two. The Spurs, when we got blew up by the Spurs the first time.
That nigga put
And
up
they,
11
as soon as he played bad, niggas started calling this nigga fat. Because he's 235 or something like that.
Who?
He, Anthony Edwards.
Oh,
So Carl
Bella,
Anthony
did you watch the
Towns.
game last night?
Yes, I did.
Yo, did Ant get cheated on that Westbrook block at the end?
I fell asleep with 4 minutes left, so I ain't watched the last 4 minutes left. So I didn't see that part. But I watched all the up to that thing.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, you were gonna go to stat line. I'm sorry. Go ahead, brother.
I ain't got no stats.
I
Nigga,
thought you were
we
gonna
just
say
said,
what they call it. Rudy had 20 and 20, I believe, or 20 and 21.
I don't know. I can tell you what the stats are.
Cat had, I think, like 20 and 7.
Carl Anthony Towns had 21. McDaniels had 6. Rudy had 22. Anthony had 29. Russell had 11. Prince
I know
had
what the nigga.
13. Jalen Noel had 6. Now, Jalen Noel might have only had 6, but he had a big 6 points. And Jaden McDaniels might have only had 6, but he had a big 2-3 in the first half as well to kill
What does
momentum.
Ando have?
Where did who?
Ando.
Bando.
Fernando. What'd you say?
Bando. B-A-N.
Oh.
Bando.
Man, Vando don't play for us no more.
Oh, damn sure don't. I'm tripping. I didn't mean that. I meant goddamn
Oh, what the
Noel.
fuck is he? Oh.
Noel.
Yeah, he had 6 points, 5 assists, 5 boards.
How many minutes did he play last night?
20 minutes.
You know who had like 18 minutes
19.
that didn't play well was Austin Rivers.
Yeah,
he was pretty
13
trash
minutes.
yesterday.
0 for 2. And 1 assist.
Austin was giving a little energy. He was giving a little energy, but he
And
really
the only
wasn't.
stat he had was 1 assist. That was it.
Yeah, he was giving energy last night. He wasn't really performing though. But you know,
And I don't want to be one,
giving it to him.
but I don't want to be one of them people that only look at stats because that doesn't tell the actual gameplay of people. And that's what I think a lot of people don't understand. Like even when I'm, since we're on Twitch, when I'm playing 2K, like people will be like, "Man, you only got 6 points." Yeah, but I just stopped your dude from scoring 4 times in a row. There's no stat for that on this video.
Well, plus minus. If you look at someone's plus minus, that'll kind of tell you, like, give you the undercover stats.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody looking at the plus minus to a degree. Like,
No.
I mean, he was a -5, but I mean, like, when you're sitting there and people are just talking about stats, they never talk about
even talking just about him.
Yeah. I'm just saying in general, like most people don't even realize like what they contribute to the game because they were only looking at a stat figure.
Yeah, dude was doing his thing though, man. Austin Rivers, we definitely appreciate him coming, just because of the knowledge that he brings. But we definitely showed out, like I was saying before you jumped in on Jones, that yesterday, man, if you watched the show or if you watched the game, you just seen all the Pat Bev shirts in the crowd. And he was getting a lot of love last night from Minnesota. And I definitely had to give him some love today because we appreciate what he did for us. And then Are You Serious gave me his stats, and the niggas plus minus was -23 yesterday. Oh my damn.
You want to know what, man?
Hey, it fell off.
I would love to have Pat Bev back in almost like in a coach's role per se.
That's what I said. We need Pat Bev back here. He can run the point. We'll take Jaden Daniels off the bench. But wait, no, hold on, wait, no. You know what? I gotta say something though. I'm so I don't know. As a Timberwolves fan, you know, you get invested in players, right? And I kind of like how the Timberwolves have grown as a team and as an organization. You know, most of the players that we got, we drafted. You know what I'm saying? Other than D'Lo and Rudy, but like everybody, and you know, Torian Prince off the bench, he was free agent. But the way we grew Jordan McLaughlin, and the way we grew Nas Reed and Jaden McDaniels and Jalen Noel, like those four came from our G League squad. You know what I'm saying? I remember when they was coming up on two-way contracts. I remember the 6 games that Jordan McLaughlin played on the two-way because one of our point guards was hurt and got his way into a starting lineup when he hit him with 23 and 24 back-to-back in those games. Like, I remember Nas Reed winning Summer League MVP. Like as a Timberwolves fan, like I'm definitely invested in these boys and you know what I'm saying? And I'm just so happy for them as a fan to see their growth and to see Jay McDaniels stepping out there with no fear, taking whatever shot he wants. That's big. You see Jalen Noel having the highest user percentage on the team. He takes more shots than the starters do. No cap. Jalen Noel takes the most shots on the team so far in the first 5 games. Like, I love seeing that. And we still got our stars. Like, I believe that this team is a team. We might not be as tight as other teams as far as like showing out on the court, like, you know, with the celebration. But I believe I think this team is a tight team. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these players been playing together for 4 or 5 years now. You know what I'm saying? D'Lo been here 43 years already. It's been 3 years for D'Lo. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I'm just so proud of the Timberwolves. What they got going on.
I want to add on that, man. You know, the thing about this team that is so dope, man, like you said, is it's organic. But more than that is that we're getting rid of Glenn Taylor's ass. He's the owner of the Timberwolves and the Lynx. We're getting rid of him, and now when he starts to get out of the way, what do? We go out and go get Chris Finch, right? After we go out and go get Chris Finch. Go ahead.
What is that situation before you continue? Because nobody knows, like, if somebody's watching, they don't know what you're talking about with Glenn Taylor. So what is that? What do you mean by he's leaving or we're getting him out the way?
Yeah, so he sold the team to an ownership group consisting of a couple of people, but the main ones are Mark Laurie and A-Rod.
Okay.
Correct. And so once they stepped into the building, we were able to make moves that Glenn Taylor wasn't going to make. Like, he's an old, in his late 80s, early 90s billionaire that didn't necessarily know basketball.
So is he still there now, or is he completely gone? So how does he sell the team, but he's still there? That's what I guess I'm confused.
So it's go ahead, Dollar.
No, I said me too.
Okay, all right. So essentially, this is almost like a payment plan. So by the end of 2024, the Laurie group will have full control. So what they had to do is the Laurie and A-Rod had to put up X amount of dollars to get like 25% of the team, just for easy math right now. To get about 25% of the team. So right now they own about 25% of the team. Glenn Taylor's still on board. They said they still wanted Glenn Taylor on board to kind of walk them through the ropes of kind of being an owner, as well as giving them time to continue to get capital. In December, they will pay another premium or another payment installment on the team, right? And so they'll own almost like half of it by then. And then by the end of next year, they'll own the team outright. So they're just incrementally buying it right now and then just have certain control. But Glenn Taylor has given them full autonomy to run the team however they want, but they just don't fully own it yet.
So he's still making money off of them. So he's made money off of them while still making money off the team because he still is a part owner.
Yes. because he's making money off of their names, gonna be the new owners of the team. So that's gonna bring a new energy and a new renown. Fuck Glenn Taylor. So while y'all saying fuck Glenn Taylor, I'm finna join in because A-Rod's the owner. Glenn's like, I'm still the owner, bitches.
Well, you know
I
what's
just never heard
interesting?
anything like this before, so I was
What,
confused.
what's interesting is that the team, when A-Rod and Mark Lloyd came in to buy the team, they're worth more. The Timberwolves are worth more now than they were when they brought the team, but they already agreed on the price. But if they were to back out, or you know what I mean, say, "Look, fuck this," or someone didn't have the money, Glenn Taylor could resell the team, but for much higher. Because after we won that playoff win, now we got Rudy. Like all the moves we're making, the team is worth more now.
Hell yeah, because we got a super buzz in the city and expectations for a championship with a 3-time defensive player of the year on the squad. I mean, why would it? And Rudy
Yeah, but he
Gobert,
also shut down the NBA, so I don't want to give him too much credit. Don't forget that part.
He is the nigga that shut down the NBA. He is the nigga that introduced the world to COVID-19. Let's not forget it. Because
once the NBA shut down,
Rudy
then everything
Gobert,
shut
yeah.
down.
Rudy Gobert shut the world down, fam. He was defensive player of the world, GMB, not just the year, the world, Craig.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get into our game because we short on time. Let me see if somebody want to join in on us. But our game this week is actually a conversation in itself. All right, the original trivia. This episode 5, the original trivia game. We got Are You Serious in the building? We got Baby Taz in the building. We got D Jones. Nobody, well, only person in the building is Baby Taz. Everybody else is in their own buildings, in separate places. It's the original trivia game. Yay! We got California on the Zoom. We got Florida on the Zoom. And we got Minnesota in the Zoom. Let's get this game started. Today's categories are Black History, Sport, Fashion, Minnesota. Hey, baby, you got to turn your camera on so I can know who say first.
She is. It is on.
My video is on. I mean,
her.
my camera's on.
I can see her.
Oh, hold on. I got to pull my joint down. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I can see her.
All right, we got Black History, Sports, Fashion, Minnesota, and Movies and TV. Who was the winner last week? I think it was D Jones.
It was Des, yeah.
D Jones Reviews is the winner last week, so we're gonna let him go first this week. What category would you like?
Let's go Fashion 100.
The staple of every black man's closet in the 2000s.
Oh, here we go with that shit again.
Oh, it's so general.
Thing. Well, that's right. Jordans. Jordans. I don't know. Oh, shit.
All right, I did that because of last week. A tall tee, a lower track shoe, baggy jeans, it could be anything.
That was terrible, by the way.
Oh man, this is hilarious.
All right, let me go Fashion 300.
Fashion 300. Founded in 1964 as Blue Ribbon Sports, this company changes.
Shut that crazy echo.
Yeah, that's what I just heard.
Yeah, I'm too close to you. All right.
All right, founded in 1964 as Blue Ribbon Sports. Blah 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 blah. Jones.
Oh, there we go. All right, it's me. Nike.
Nike is correct. Nike. Bet y'all didn't know they were called Blue Ribbon Sports first.
I did not know that.
That was crazy.
Let me get Fashion 200.
I didn't know Nike was a goddess for victory. I didn't know they had goddesses for victory. They might got gods and goddesses for everything. I think. All right, damn, they ugly ass shoes, but not as ugly as Balenciaga's rip-off designs. Too bad they don't sell them anymore, and I just bought a pair. Damn it.
Ding, ding, ding.
Are you serious?
Talking about Yeezys?
Talking about Yeezys is correct. Fashion for 200.
What did you just get?
Hey, have you seen the picture that's going around I didn't buy no Yeezys, nigga. I was
Mm.
thinking about you. Have you seen the picture that's
I'm
going
aware of
around
mine.
where Reebok, they put Reeboks next to Balenciagas and all the designs for Reebok is the same? Is it Reeboks or is it Skechers? What are the two?
Did you see that video where they took Payless and changed the name and put it
I
in a
did not.
fancy store?
Yeah.
And all these people were coming in talking about, yeah, I can tell by the design and how expensive it is, and I would easily. So they literally paid $500, $600 for some Payless shoes, and then they gave me money back after they told them you're stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, niggas will pay anything as long as it's price on it.
If you don't
All right.
actually know what you're looking at, then yeah, me,
Yeah.
I could tell easily. Obviously, I work for shoes, so I know what I'm talking about. Them people is just fake.
That's funny. All right, next category, bro.
I do fashion for 400. Why not?
Founded in 1989 by Carl Williams, this brand opened its first shop on Crenshaw Boulevard in Los Angeles, where it was promptly robbed and then shut down, and they moved to Hollywood. When asked how he named the brand, Carl said, I just kept asking myself, can I do it? And that inspired the brand name. What brand am I talking about?
No clue. I don't know who Carl Williams is. Sorry, I'm not a fashionista.
Jones, anybody know? Carl Kanai. So he got the Carl from his name, Carl Williams, and he got Kanai because he said, can I do it? And he kept just writing, can I do it over and over again. And that's how he got the Kanai from. Just for the tail.
Oh, that's stupid.
Yeah, so I like to, I'm just trying to give y'all a little knowledge with the game.
No, the knowledge
All
you
right.
give me is fine. The way he got his name is just stupid. But
All right.
fashion for
Next category.
500.
Let's finish it out. Founders Carl Jones and TJ Walker created a clothing line that should be up there with Gucci and Prada. Their motto was clothing without prejudice, you dig? And it sparked an entire generation
Ding,
of
ding,
colors and
ding.
style.
Ding.
Jones,
Cross colors.
what is cross colors is correct.
You said it should be up there with Gucci and Prada?
Yes, because they changed the game. You know, they the first ones, they invented baggy clothes. They went to New York and they seen people, they seen people wearing clothes that was too big with belts tied up, and they was riding the trains. So what they did is they said, we're gonna make a size 32 waist, but I'm gonna give it the same body I would give a size 38.
Gotcha.
And they created baggy clothes.
Gotcha.
That's sparked the whole generation. All right,
Here we go.
Next category, Joe.
Let's go sports 100, please.
Who gonna win the Super Bowl this year?
Dang.
Ding.
I already did it. Vikings. I already knows what you're gonna say.
The Vikings, of course. Of course.
These questions have no validity whatsoever. Go ahead. Sports for 200.
Who won the NHL championship last year?
Dang, I watched the game too. I watched the game. Wow.
Nobody's gonna. No, nigga, you
yeah.
cheated. You cheated. The Colorado Avalanche.
Oh God!
Yeah, I gotta give it.
At the very
Watch
last
the
minute.
game.
Yeah, I gave niggas
the
time
game.
limit. My bad. All right, 10-second time limit. Next category. Next
That's
category.
me. Let's do Minnesota for 100.
The most famous Minnesota lumberjack and his pet ox. Jones?
Bunyan.
What's the ox name?
Oh, Bunyan is correct.
Is
What's
it
the ox name?
Babe.
Babe is correct.
Minnesota.
Babe, you gotta take yourself off of mute in order for you to buzz in. Try it again.
Minnesota 200, please.
Don't be trying to hurry her up while she's still on mute.
This place is home to a lot of famous and rich Minnesotans. As a matter of fact, Dave Chappelle said, Jones?
Minnetonka.
Lake Minnetonka. Jones running away from this game.
Well, he could have been talking about the city, so he didn't say lake in front of it, so he gets dinged.
Technically,
because there is a Minnetonka and there's a Lake Minnetonka, which are two different situations. but I'll let you pass this time.
What we gonna give it to him? Okay.
Minnesota 3.
Name the 5 largest cities in Minnesota. Anybody think they can name the 5 biggest cities in Minnesota?
Dang, I'll try. I don't care.
All right, what you got?
So we got St. Paul, we got Minneapolis, we got Duluth, we got Rochester,
Good one, Reg.
and
Oh, you only got to name 4 out of 5 too. I should have said that at the beginning.
oh, maybe Bloomington because it's so huge.
Nigga got all 5 correct.
Wow.
Minneapolis, St. Paul,
Wow.
Rochester, Bloomington, and Duluth. Correct.
I got them all right.
Made all 5.
That should have been
biggest
500.
cities in Minnesota.
Wow.
That was
Wow.
hard as hell. Good job, bro. Good job. Good
Pretty
job.
good.
I did not think. I thought Bloomington was gonna be the one nobody guessed, right? Rochester,
Well,
Duluth, we know that. St. Paul,
I
Minneapolis.
worked there, but also if you look at the map, it's like the biggest city in Minnesota when you think about it, outside of like Minneapolis and St. Paul. So that's the only reason why I picked Bloomington. Because
Yeah,
it's
fam.
so big. Like you can literally drive for like 20 minutes and still be in Bloomington.
I
on
did
the
not
highway.
know that. Bloomington is 87,000 people.
Bloomington is huge.
All right.
Minnesota 4.
Baby, are you getting on camera? The Unidale Mall on the corner of University and Dale in St. Paul, Minnesota, was home to the most infamous clothing store in Minnesota. You definitely bought some FUBU or Boff outfits there. Maybe even an earring or a fake Gucci belt. You
7
bought your
Mile.
Carl Kanai.
Ding, ding, ding.
And now it's the brother. 7 Mile Bargain, the most infamous clothing store in Minnesota in St. Paul.
You didn't get FUBU from there though. You got
That's some fake FUBU.
F05U. That's what you got.
Yeah, you got one of them joints. Yeah.
That's where I got my boss. That's where I got
Yeah.
my Knicks jean outfit. I don't know what Knicks is to this day, but I had that.
Everybody in that
I
mall
had-
was 7 Mile.
I literally had all my. Yeah, that's where I got that infamous Boff jersey from, though.
I don't know. I
Terrible.
guess in North Minneapolis, did they have a 7 Mile too?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
got
they-
one
they
on. They got on Lake.
Broadway.
They had on Lake too.
No,
They got 7
no.
Mile over there?
I'm talking about over north.
Yeah. They got 7 Mile discount.
Yeah, they had
That's
it over
more
south.
like hair type shit.
They
Yeah,
had
the
that
what type
7
shit?
Mile by the. Oh, go ahead.
What did he say?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, no, I said that there wasn't 7 Mile discount, but that was more like beauty and hair supply type shit. They had some bootleg clothes and your color contacts in there, but it wasn't like a clothes store like that.
Nigga, that's what we talking
That was
about.
7 Mile. Yeah.
That's 7
You
Mile.
get your
yeah.
jewelry. You get
Everybody
your
get their
clothing.
clothes
You
for
get
them.
your hair.
Your
you get
hair,
all
all of that shit. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
all
But they
in the
had one
street.
by the old crib. Literally like you know where that Aldi's is at off Lake? Like way down by where we used to live, right across from the cemetery. There was one in that little strip mall area where that rent center.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's there now, but there was one.
7 Mile. That's what everything black is that 7 Mile bargain. All right. Are you serious?
Might as well clear out Minnesota.
As a black man in Minnesota, what are you most afraid of? A, living in North Minneapolis. B, contracting a sexually transmitted disease, HIV.
Ding, 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 ding. C.
Are you serious? C, driving through the suburbs. Or
C.
D, getting robbed downtown.
C.
These white folks don't like us, man.
Bitches is burning niggas too, though.
Answer is C. But you know, at one time, HIV in Minneapolis was the highest in the nation. Also, living over North Minneapolis is very dangerous at times. I never heard nobody getting robbed downtown, though. That was just made up, right? I never heard nobody get robbed downtown. I'm pretty sure somebody
That is
had,
interesting.
but I've never heard of that before.
You know what? No. It's like a neutral zone. You can fight.
Yeah.
But I've never heard anybody get sticked
Ain't
up.
nobody
Like,
getting
yeah.
robbed. You ain't sticking nobody up downtown.
As many times as we've been downtown, messed up, staggering around, yeah, we would have been robbed.
Right. You don't do that downtown. You trying to go
It's
to
just too
jail
open, I guess, and there's a lot of cops and horses around and stuff. So.
for real. All right,
Let's go.
next category.
Movies and TVs for 100.
This is the IMDb description. So again, I'm just taking the IMDb description from the website for the movie. Among its peers, other talk shows, blank is of the more passionate and of the more sensual. His topics range from bisexual affairs to rape. His guests sometimes get out of control and yell and scream
Ding,
at
ding,
each
ding,
other.
ding, ding.
Are you serious?
Jerry Springer?
Jerry.
Because it wasn't more, or else they would have been yelling and screaming and running off the stage.
Yeah.
Movies for 200.
Movies 200. Apparently, opposites do attract. Blank and blank are as different as one can imagine, but they're best friends who manage to be roommates as well as co-workers without killing each other.
Is it a black show?
Definitely black. All right, Jones.
Malcolm and Eddie.
Malcolm and
yeah.
Eddie is correct. Malcolm and Eddie is correct.
That's weird, but yeah.
All right, let's go Black History 100.
Now listen, with this category, I don't even expect y'all to get some of this shit right, but we gonna teach some Black history while we have.
Ding, ding, ding.
So this young man's murder sparked the civil rights movement in 1955 on a national level. Are you serious?
We know somebody that interviewed the people for the movie. Emmett Till.
Emmett Till is correct.
Shout out
Emmett
to Natalie.
Till is correct.
Yeah, Natalie, she just interviewed the cast for Till, and then she just interviewed Wakanda. So the girl who played the new Black Panther, the sister, what's her name?
It's the sister. Too. Oh, I didn't know that.
Everybody, man, she walks around with you. Ain't watched the preview.
I ain't watched none of that shit. No.
All right, well, yeah.
I ain't watched none of that shit. Damn, I thought it was gonna be the other black girl. Okay.
Even in the comic books, it's the sister. We'll do Black History for 2.
Shout out to Emmanuel. Shout out to Natalie. Emmanuel. Hey, her podcast, it looks really dope. I like her couch setup. She like the new Black Oprah, man. Shout out to her. All right, Abraham Lincoln at the end of the Civil War in April of 1865 announced limited suffrages for former slaves in the South, proposing the first form of reparations. He was killed 3 days later after he said that, before he could enact it. His successor, Andrew Johnson, flipped the switch. Are you serious? His successor, Andrew Black Codes is correct. Flipped the switch and gave states their own rights. Initially, what those black codes were enacted that forced blacks to work contracts each year where if you refuse, you'll be arrested and forced to work for free.
Actually, Des knows way more about black codes than I do.
Way more.
Yeah, break it down for us, Jones.
Well, I mean, you essentially hit it, right? Which is you just had to be, with the quoting fingers, gainfully or lawfully employed. And then they had like little dumb shit like loitering. You couldn't be loitering. You couldn't do certain, like all these nitpick things. And in the event that you broke any of those codes, you would be subjugated back to working essentially in a slave type capacity. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you know, and then
that's when you go into the 13th Amendment.
Jim Crow. Yeah.
Because at that time they felt like, hey, you know, this was broken, so now you can legally go back and work at a lot of these same plantations for free, with no wages for X amount of time. And then while you were there, a lot of times what ended up happening is that they would extend your time or say, hey, you did not meet certain criteria, so you have to stay longer. So it was just another form of slavery, basically.
Yeah, they would sell people their seeds and the same equipment that they've been using while they were slaves. They'd turn around and sold it to you and created a debt. And then they took a percentage of your shares for sharecroppers. So they essentially just created a debt for you where you can never get out this debt. And because you didn't read and write and you were afraid to go to jail, as long as you had a place to stay, you would continue to be a slave. for these companies because, you know, most of their labor came from slave work. So Andrew Johnson essentially continued what we call slavery for eventually through the Reconstruction, pretty much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he just moved it into another level. Whereas a lot of people think Abraham Lincoln was killed on a balcony watching a play just for no reason. No, he was killed because he was finna take the South labor force away from the South. Not only did he make them not slaves, but you telling me these niggas could just leave?
No, and he was gonna give them the. I mean, I only got like 7-8 minutes, but yeah, and then that's where the whatchamacallit comes into place as well. The 40 acres and a mule.
Right. Yeah. So a lot of people don't know that. All right. Pick your next category.
History for 300.
Starting in 1916, after the release of the controversial film "The Birth of a Nation," the Great Migration was the movement of African Americans to the South, to the North. Right. Over 6 million African Americans from 1916 to 1970 moved north. It should have been 12 million. Are you serious? I mean, Jones.
That's Jones.
Overton.
Overton was correct, nigga. All right, so yeah, we was moving up south, man, and these people stopped publications like the Chicago Defender and other publications in the North advertising for employment to reach the South, and the black people hoping to keep the black people tied to the black codes and the new Jim Crow laws, which left slaves in prison on the same farms as they were slaves. What was the name of the dude on Living Single that liked Sinclair? Overton was his name.
Next. You ruined it.
History 400.
Yeah, we gotta knock these out.
On March 1975.
God dang, nigga, you write essays?
Yeah, man, I'm trying to show black people some. How many presidential elections has it been since 1965? That's the question.
God dang.
But basically, Lyndon B. Johnson introduced the voting rights because before you could vote, they would tell you you was at the wrong polling place, or they would discourage black people from voting, or they would tell you that there was something wrong with your application, or they would charge you a fee to vote, or they would just flat out stand in front of a polling place and say you can't vote. So Lyndon B. Johnson in 1965, the Voting Rights Act for black people, just enabled that we can vote. And it's been 15 since then. Black History for 500. The Niagara Movement was the same thing, right? The Niagara Movement, what is that? It's a precursor to one of the most powerful organizations for African Americans. I'm gonna let y'all answer that one.
Dean.
Go ahead, John.
The NAACP.
NAACP was founded as the Niagara Movement. They met at the Niagara Falls and they did it. Which one you want to go now?
Let's go sports for 300. Are we on a time crunch?
Yeah, I gotta bounce.
Are you
I gotta go to this thing.
Oh, okay.
That's why I'm
Who
just
in the World Series right now?
The Houston Astros, and then the God dang it.
Niggas don't know.
Phillies, that's what it is.
The Houston Astros and the Phillies. Black people don't know baseball, man.
Side note, never mind. I'll say it later. But go ahead.
Okay. Name the NFL franchise with the most starting black quarterbacks of all time. We talked
Vikings.
about this a little bit last week. It is not the Vikings.
Ding, ding, ding. It's not?
Not the Vikings. It is the Baltimore Ravens.
Really?
Hold on, 10. The Minnesota Vikings have 9. But they count Josh Johnson with 1 star.
Come on, man.
Griffin with 2. But technically,
you said starting quarterbacks, man.
They all started.
That started.
Yeah, they all
It's
started.
It's difference. No, there's a difference between that started a game and then starting quarterbacks, brother. There's 2 different things.
They name the NFL franchise that has only had 1 black quarterback start only 1 game and play in only 1 game in their history. Name the franchise.
Sound like an East Coast game. East Coast team to me.
Definitely an East Coast team.
Sound like the Patriots to me.
I was gonna say it's the Northeast team.
Not the Patriots. It is the New York Football Giants.
Giants.
Oh, really? Interesting.
In 2017, Geno Smith started 1 game for the New York Giants. And And before then, they've never had a black person play quarterback for the New York Giants.
Crazy.
This Rugrats, y'all don't even
What?
know. The
What?
winner is Jones. You done. You got to go, man. They in prison, man.
What is that? What
They in
show is
prison,
this?
man, bond over a number of years, finding
Ding,
solid.
Ding,
What is it?
ding.
Are you, Jones?
Shawshank Redemption.
The Shawshank Redemption is the #1 movie on IMDb, by the way. The #1 movie on IMDb, the #1 rated movie of all time, The Shawshank Redemption. The aged patriot of an organized crime dynasty in the post-war New York transferred control of his clandestine empire to his reluctant youngest son. I give y'all code. This is the #2 movie of all time. #2 rated movie of all time.
Ding.
Jones?
The Godfather.
Oh man, Jones won again, man. Oh, 2 weeks in a row. All right.
I'm so proud.
It's gonna be a short podcast. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all tuning in on Twitch. Any last words before we get up out of here?
Yeah, ain't nobody tune in on Twitch, but I mean, you know, we can lie and say they did. So sure, yeah. All the people I want to say thank you for tuning in on Twitch.
Yeah,
Me that's watching and
yeah.
you that's watching. So
But
that's the two
nobody else
people
that's already there on Twitch.
that are on Twitch.
All right,
Yes.
Jones, any last words, man, before we get up out of here?
He's
Okay.
frozen
All
because
right,
he's in his
that's a good word.
he's in his expensive car. You know, sometimes they be so isolated that the signal can't get out.
Yeah, because the windows work, man. Yeah, you know, that's good.
Yo, first and foremost, pardon my tardiness. My class went late. Then I'm out here trying to make a run right quick. But shout out to everybody on Twitch, I guess.
Thank you for the shout out.
And that's it.
Yeah, thank you for shouting us out. All right, man. I love y'all. Peace out. Stay
All right, man.
black.
Yep.
All right, peace, y'all.
Yep.